Hey, I got something to show you guys. Take a look. It is spring. Happy spring to all of you. Take a look at what we have here for you from AlleyRoseFragrances.com. Beautiful spring scent candles here for you. Hand poured with premium fragrance and essential oils. How about this? Our coconut soy wax candles bring fresh, uplifting spring scents to your home. Made with clean, natural ingredients, they're a mindful choice for sensitive spaces and those who love effortless seasonal fragrances. You got to check it out right now. There's the soft bloom and the lemon bar candles, all healthy ingredients, all from AlleyRoseFragrances.com. And if you're a first-time customer, use the promo code InsideEdge20. That's InsideEdge20. Get this for yourself, for your friends, family, everyone. You want a good smelling home, AlleyRoseFragrances.com will make it happen. Again, AlleyRoseFragrances.com. Get the new spring candles. And when you order, if you're a first-time customer, InsideEdge20 is the promo code.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams.
And welcome in to another episode of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad, Bryan over there to my right, which is your left. I'm Eli Moon, and man, are we excited today. It's another edition of Inside Edge Primetime. It's a Tuesday edition. We have so much to talk to you guys about. We not only are going to talk about the Guardians, because they have some stuff going on. We'll talk about them here at the top, but we have a very, very exciting programming announcements, network news that you're going to want to stay tuned in. We'll welcome in Kyle Cornell, the host of Unfiltered here on the Inside Edge Network for the second segment of the show. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And then later on, Chad brought this idea to me. He said, hey, I want to do a Tuesday top five. Can you trust me a little bit on this? And I trust Chad. Okay, guys? If anybody out there wondering, I trust Chad because we've done a show for half a year now, almost, close. And I trust him. I trust him because I feel like because I trust him. I don't know if there's really an explanation other than I trust him. But we're going to do a wacky Tuesday top five. I won't give too much away there, but a great show for you. We dealt with a little bit of technical difficulty to start it off. So if you're viewing on YouTube, apologies for no vertical tonight, but it doesn't change the fact that you're going to get some hard-hitting information, some great content, and we are Cleveland's digital leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, and everything in between. Great stuff to come here today. We appreciate you. And let's dive right on into it, Chad. Before we go to guards, because that could be a mess.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. Listen, if you're watching on YouTube, just take your phone and turn it like this and right in front, and just hold it out in front and just pretend you're watching it on a TV. And you can make it can be 55 inches, 65 if you move it a little closer, 75, right? Don't not too close because you're gonna hurt your eyes. That's not good for your eyes. But just pretend you're watching on a big TV wherever you are. Doesn't matter. You can be in the car. Well, don't drive and watch us, but okay. I think I'm done. I'm feeling pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm great, man. Great. Very busy day, and I'm glad to hear you're doing pretty well. Busy day. Exciting news for the network. Exciting news for the collective. Yeah. Just everything. We are working towards community, right? That's what we keep working towards, and I think that's something we really push here on the Inside Edge Network is making you at home, whoever it is out there viewing, whether you're having dinner on the West Coast or you're on the East Coast and you're sipping a Dr. Pepper, and Dr. Pepper, I just gave you a plug. So if you're listening, let's talk. But if you're out there enjoying and supporting us, we appreciate you because we couldn't do it without you. We really consider you like, friends and family of the network, so we appreciate your support. Again, you could always check us out if you're enjoying the content all week long. Like and subscribe at Inside Edge Net on all the socials. And, of course, check out the InsideEdgeNetwork.com, the website. Chad has a QR code above them. That takes you to all the partners, all the great stuff you heard from. Yeah, exactly. You heard from Fanatics. You heard from Alley Rose Fragrances. You got the code InsideEdge20 with Alley Rose Fragrances. You can get 20% off your order, first-time customers. And Fanatics, of course, a lot of great stuff. Don't know if you want a James Harden or Donovan Mitchell jersey at this current moment, but there are other options. So
you might want to invest in someone's jersey who's going to be here long-term.
Yeah, we'll talk Cavs a little bit later on this week. We saved ourselves. We had too much news to break in a talk today, so we saved ourselves from that. But we did decide to dive down the rabbit hole. Yeah, we sure did, bud. We dived down the rabbit hole nonetheless. The Guardians, they played the Tampa Bay Rays in Cleveland today. And yesterday, the offense was enough to get it done until the bullpen came in. Hunter Gaddis kind of fell apart. Unfortunately, he was the guy that fell apart yesterday. So you're like, okay, well, they'll definitely score some runs again today, and the bullpen will hold it down today. We are A-okay.
Yeah. We got offense coming. We got help coming from AAA. There's going to be, which is, no offense, AA, but that's one better than AA. And then, that's runs everywhere, right? There's going to be offense. That's not what happened, is it?
Guardians lose to Rays 1-0 today, pal. And we wanted to, celebrate, and we will also give credit to Travis Bazzana, who made his Major League Baseball debut, Guardians debut. I believe he finished 0 for 2. He had 2 walks and a strikeout. So he's still looking for his first hit as a Guardian, but that's okay.
You don't have to explode on the scene with a 4 for 4 with like 3 home runs. I mean, that's fine, right? The point is he's made it to the major leagues. That's better than a lot of people will ever do. In fact, one of the craziest stats, Eli, before we get into this, that I've ever heard, if you take every single person who's played an inning, a third of an inning, whatever, had one at bat even in the major leagues, you couldn't even fill up Progressive Field. I mean, forever. Since the 1800s, you couldn't even fill up Progressive Field. So it's not easy. It's not easy. So keep that in mind as you see, the debut, send him back down, cut him, whatever. There are going to be those comments. Give the kid some time.
Yeah, I think Travis Bazzana is the least of our concerns. We'll see, how he looks in the next coming weeks, and we can have a little bit of a better sample size for him. But the problem is the offense is goose-egged. It's same guys hitting the baseball, same guys not hitting the baseball. We can talk about that. I think the bigger question, though, is like with this today, and this tends to be a theme every now and then for the Guardians, and every year it seems like to be for the Guardians the last however many years I've been alive. It's funny. I was talking to Papa Moon yesterday. He's like, man, Bo Naylor, I like the guy. He's so nice. But he just doesn't play very good professional baseball. And I started thinking, Chad, and we'll get to our question here in a moment, but I started thinking, bud, I don't think, and I'm a little younger than you, but for me, Victor Martinez is the last catcher I can think of that actually had some sort of offensive semblance on a Guardians or Indians, whatever, team. Victor Martinez hasn't been with the Guardians or the Indians since the early, mid-2000s?
Yeah.
I mean, this is insane, man. And it's not to just knock on Bo Naylor. I mean, Austin Hedges, congratulations on 10 years of service time. He's playing a little bit better, hitting a little bit better, but it's just still not enough. I mean, we need bats. That's the whole reason you bring Bazzana up. And like I said, not his fault. I mean, we would have liked to see him get a hit or something. Not his fault. It's just the same conversation. But it does tend to be a conversation that we couple in with the one we had last night. And if you weren't watching last night, we missed you. But we'll talk about it here tonight.
We noticed your absence.
We sure did. We sure did.
No, we're not upset.
Oh, no, we're not upset. Don't listen to Chad. We're not upset.
Don't listen.
We talked about the bullpen yesterday, Chad. We talked about the bullpen, right? And the collapse. Yes. And it's happened a few times.
Yeah.
What is the biggest issue right now with the Guardians? Is it the bullpen or is it the offense?
I'm going to go one step further. It's the equipment management team. Because listen, when you show up without your bats, what are you supposed to do? Right? You got a bunch of guys walking up to the plate with no bat. And that's what it looked like. I mean, listen, Nick Martinez was obviously dealing tonight, okay, for Tampa. 7 innings, 3 hits. He struck out 4, walked 1. And again, Travis Bazzano, okay, fine. He didn't explode onto the scene with a major, debut, whatever. That's fine. But, I mean, sometimes you just run into a buzzsaw, right? But it's alarming when your offense keeps running into buzzsaws. Guys who maybe Eli shouldn't be a buzzsaw, right? Some bullpens that have been pretty suspect. They've had trouble scoring against some starters that have had some issues here and there. All of a sudden look like they're back in, Cy Young form against this Guardians offense. Yeah. But the one common theme that we keep going back to, that at least that I keep going back to, is this team never really heats up until around Memorial Day or after. We're about a month away. So you got to give them some time still. I know that it feels urgent. They just went under 500, right? It's doom and gloom. The season's over. Listen, they're only a game out of first place right now. They're only a game behind the Tigers. And I know the Tigers have been playing some hotter baseball a little bit lately, but that's okay. Listen, you don't win or lose a division in April. Man, it can feel like it, right? When you drop a game, drop 3 or 4 games in a row, whatever it is, you can't hit with runners in scoring position. Bullpen can't get anybody out. It feels like that's it, right? We'll never catch the Tigers. Remember what happened last year, Eli? The Tigers had a whole, they had lapped the Guardians, basically. And what happened, man? The Guardians came back, an historic comeback, right? The historic comeback, the biggest comeback of all time in Major League Baseball. So, yeah, don't give up on these guys yet, man. Give them some time to heat up. Give Travis Bazzano some time to get used to his surroundings a little bit. It's hard, man. You get caught up, and you got to feel like you're pressing a little bit to do something, right? This is your debut. You finally made the number 1 overall pick. Everybody's looking at you. The whole franchise, the whole city's looking at you. Sometimes the weight of that can be a lot, and you just have to get into a routine. And baseball is kind of a funny sport like that. Like, you can come out and you can have an 0 for 21 stretch, and then you can go, rip off 15 of your next 25, right? And all of a sudden you're right back to where you should be, and everything evens out. So, just give them some time. But right now, I think the biggest problem is the offense. I mean, you don't want the bullpen collapses, but you have to score. It doesn't matter where your bullpen is. If you don't score a run, you can't win. So you're going to have to figure out how to get guys into scoring position. And then when you get them into scoring position, you have to overcome the problem that the Indians, the Guardians, whoever they've been in the last 25, 30 years, really, that's been the biggest thing. I mean, save for a couple of teams in the 90s, right? They had some mashers for a while. They had no problem. But mostly since it's been, the small ball type of feel, the whatever, the I don't know. It's been, the problems have been hitting with runners in scoring position, right? I don't want to blame it on the Dolans. Since the Dolans have been that's not fair to say. But really, it's been about that time. It's been that time frame, and that's been the big problem. You're lacking that big bat. So right now, I'd say the biggest problem is probably the offense.
Yeah, and I tend to agree with you because the bullpen in a game like today, I mean, they did what they had to. I mean, they didn't surrender really any more runs, didn't make it look ugly. Yeah. And I guess here's my concern, right? I was talking with somebody earlier today, and he asked me, he wasn't a big baseball guy. He just goes, so what's going on with the Guardians and this Bazzano guy, right? And I go, I'm glad you asked. Thank you. You can check out all my takes at InsideEdge.net on all the socials now. But I said, here's the thing.
That's
the Guardians
are
for the.
Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah. The Guardians had a tough time here with the second, and second base has been their toughest struggle this year so far. Gabriel Arias, he was playing well defensively like he always does. Offensively, was a little rough, but he started to find some pop in the bat, and you're like, okay, we might have something here. And then he gets hurt, and he's on the IL. You bring up Juan Brito, and you're like, Juan Brito.
Yeah.
Okay, like he's in the top 20 of prospects for the Guardians and their farm system. You got to feel good about that, right? And he can hit the ball. He's hitting the ball well. Okay, cool. So we bring him up, and then he bats well for a minute, and then he has defensive blunders, and his bat goes away, and it's just when you're not hitting and your defense isn't enough to make up for you're not hitting. So we moved on from Juan Brito for the time being right now, and now we're at the point where the Guardians have, and as I called it before the season, that is their trade. Everybody's going to want a big, sexy trade at the deadline. I promise you, you can hear it from me here first, it ain't happening. Not before a lockout, not any big player. This is their move. Travis Bazzano is the move. So I explained to the gentleman I was speaking to, I said, this is a big deal because the Guardians are very particular about service time, about all of that stuff. So the fact that they brought him up, they're following the trends of the Pirates with Connor Griffin and these other teams that have really brought up their top prospects early.
Yeah.
That's what concerns me a little bit now, is because now we are at basically plan A, really, because Bazana should be your plan A. But in this theory, plan C, because you've gone through Arias, you got hurt, Brito hasn't worked out, so now you've had to call your top prospect up in Travis Bazana.
It's so plan A by way of plan C. It's like, yeah, you've planned around plan A, and now you're back to, I get what you mean. It's weird.
So I'm a little worried about that, because it's like, I think Bazana's going to be fine, but it's just, what if he doesn't? I guess, that's the pessimistic side of me for a moment, and it's very rare that comes out, but you have now officially started his service time. So it's
being the number one overall pick is not a sure thing. It does not guarantee success. I'm not trying to lay the doom and gloom on, but there have been plenty of guys who've been picked number one overall who, some of them haven't even made it to the major. It happens, right? So he's here. You got to give him some time. Let him like I said, let him get his feet under him a little bit and see what happens. And if it's, after Memorial Day, we're getting into June and he's still not hitting, then okay, you can probably panic a little bit. That might be, that might be a telltale sign of maybe what's to come, but give it some time.
Absolutely. Well, we'll give it some time, pal. We'll listen to Chad Bryan here, and we hope that everybody out there is listening to Chad Bryan and myself here on Inside Edge Primetime. We're here on the Inside Edge Network, and we're going to take a quick pause here, okay? Chad and I, we're going to take a break. We're going to grab some caffeine. I need another Dr. Pepper. I think we're due. And when we come back, we are going to get into it with our guy from Unfiltered, Kyle Cornell, Inside Edge Network talent. You see him on the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast. You see him now, the pilot episode of Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. If you're wondering when you get to hear from that show again, we have news on that. We have some other major programming news as well that we'll talk with Kyle. We'll probably get his thoughts on some other sports stuff as well. He'll probably yell at me for a second or two, and then we'll send him on his way. But very exciting news coming up with Kyle Cornell from the Inside Edge Network. When we come back, don't go anywhere. Chad and I back with you on Inside Edge Primetime after this.
Clean energy, bold flavors, no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Helps you lock in and focus. Over 15 absolute fire flavors to choose from. Visit Dubby.gg and use promo code InsideEdge10.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. I am Eli Moon, and I so rudely introduced myself first. But he's over to my right. Sometimes he's over to your left. But one thing is for sure, he is 46 years old. He adores chicken sandwiches, and he stands about, 6'3" nowadays. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when we ask him here. Yes, it's Chad Bryan. I'm Eli Moon. We're back. This is Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. We are absolutely hyped up. We might have had 10 packets. We may have ordered the whole W Energy supply, Chad. And reminder, Inside Edge 10 is the code to get your 10% discount off there. But we have such exciting news, man. We talked about the Guardians. I know. We gotta figure out the offense. I get it. One thing we don't have to figure out, though, is what we're doing next week. We have some really exciting news. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. We're going to bring in from the Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast and from Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell, it is none other than Kyle Cornell. Bringing him on in here. Hey, Kyle, what is going on, man?
Gentlemen, how are we doing on this fine Tuesday evening?
We are doing good, man.
I just want to check. Do I talk in this segment, or am I good? What do we do?
Chad, you're going to start bringing some text conversations to light, my brother. I don't know how I feel about that. Yes, you're allowed to talk. It's your show, man. Listen, I'm just here.
Yes.
I'm just glad to have you, man. We're very glad to have you.
Yes,
First off, do you guys like the new digs? So I got a new setup over here. We're going to do something a little different.
I like the lights. I like the. Is that a tree behind you?
I grow a tree in my second floor apartment, and this is just the vine that comes off the edge. So it's great. Put some lights around it. Summery type vibe. We're going for it.
Love it. How do the people on the first floor feel about the roots coming down through? Are they okay?
Oh, yeah. Who gives a shit?
Who cares?
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely.
That's unfiltered.
You're 6'3"? Wait a minute. Hold on. We're burying the lead here.
Should I stand up?
46 and 6'3", dude. Tell you what, man.
I might be like 6'2.5". I might be starting to shrink a little bit. Maybe.
Listen. Anytime Eli starts throwing numbers around, I get a little queasy. I don't know how I feel about that, but all right, it's works out.
So I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this, Kyle. Right before we yesterday, I was pitching some segment ideas to Chad. I'll pull the curtain back for a moment. I said, why don't we do Mathematics Monday? And we both figured out that it would probably be uglier than any of us wanted it to be.
If you've heard of Steiner math, this would be like 10 times worse.
Yeah, moon math is a little dangerous.
That was better than Trigonometry Tuesday. So yeah, that was way better than that.
Moon math means we go to bed at 10:15 and call it before we even start prime time. That's what that means.
Yeah. Well, if you're a fan of the show, you'll know there's a few. Well, anyways, so Kyle, we have you here, and it's I just want to preface this by saying we have you here. Obviously, we're excited to have you on. We would have you on any other time to talk sports, but this is a pretty big day for the network, for all three of us here, for Double A Anthony Alfred. I'll get to that in a moment. for Peter Tellep, the owner of the network, Double A obviously being the program director, Kyle having a huge part in the network. Really, just to pull the curtain back here for a moment, Kyle being part of Side Hustle Wrestling podcast with Double A Anthony Alford. And if you watched Unfiltered last Friday, then you heard him kind of break this down a little bit, but just starting that podcast, and it really created into a network. So we're blessed to have Kyle being a main member of this network. We're appreciative of everybody on the network, but I've known Kyle for as long as I've known Double A, 11 years now, and it's a blessing to have him here on the network, and we're excited. So I want to, with everything being said, we started this network, everybody, about 6-7 months ago, right? And we lose track because we started the YouTube page a month before we went live. So I always lose track. But it's about 6 or 7 months ago. And as Double A says here on the network, he's talked about on Midnight Run, this is a grassroots organization. This is a grassroots program. This is a grassroots network. We have literally found the best professionals in the entire state of Ohio. And hey, Christy in Florida, we have you as well. We have found the best professionals in this state to bring you something different. Cleveland's digital leader, and you're a source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, and everything in between. And I truly believe, if I do say so myself, we've delivered on that. And we thank you all out there for continuing to support us. And with that being said, we decided that with everything, you guys are asking for more. We want to give you more. So we're going to give you more. We're going to announce here on Inside Edge Primetime, and I'm going to open the floor to Kyle to expand a little bit more on here. But we are going to announce that starting next Monday, May 4th, Kyle calls it Star Wars Day. I've never seen a movie of Star Wars, so we're in trouble.
Hold on. No.
These kids, man, I'll tell you what, Chad.
Yeah.
So we'll circle back to that in a moment. But starting May 4th, Monday, May 4th, that is next Monday. Put it on your calendars.
He was doing so well. And then he had to say
blew it. Yeah.
Oh, my God. You could tell, he wrote it down. The Microsoft Word was getting great use today, and all of a sudden...
Voice inflection was good. Yeah.
Damn. All right, go ahead, finish it. Eli, come on, man.
Yeah, I got you. Well, since I buried the lead, Monday, May 4th, exciting news, folks. Seriously exciting news. Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell will return and be a mainstay on the Inside Edge Network Monday through Friday. That is 5 p.m. to 6 p.m., and then following Kyle Cornell later on in the day, Inside Edge Primetime, we said, look, Kyle, we want to join the fun, man. So starting next Friday, starting Monday, will be Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 p.m. And then Double A calls me and he goes, dude, you guys are cramping my style, man. I want to join the fun. So Double A Anthony Alford is going to stay up with you, even on Fridays from midnight to 1 a.m., and he'll be doing 5 days a week. So by my count, that is 1, 2, 3 daily shows, 5 to 6 p.m. from Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. We'll have Inside Edge Primetime 10 to 11, 5 days a week, and Midnight Run with Anthony Alford 5 days a week. This is an incredible, incredible thing, and we can't wait to keep bringing you more content. Be here on the air while things are breaking, because there's a reality of the situation is sometimes we're on air or we're not on air when things break. So we got to get to it an hour or two later. We want to provide that right in the moment conversation. So Kyle, the floor is yours now that we've announced it. But for people that didn't tune in on Friday, that didn't get to hear you kind of break down what the show's about, just talk to us about what people should expect at 5 p.m. on Monday with Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell.
Well, I don't know if you can tell you that by just the way we're set up here, but it's going to be a bit different than what you've seen normally on the Inside Edge Podcasting Network, and probably, honestly, almost anywhere in the media landscape here in Northeast Ohio. I bring a lot of experience into this position, this job, and talking with Anthony a bunch about kind of what my role was going to be. And you mentioned we started this podcast network about 6-7 months ago, but it really started about 2.5 years ago with the Side Hustle Wrestling podcast. That's what really took everything off and gave us the inclining that this could be possible. Yeah. So that being said, there was talk about a drive time afternoon spot, trying to find a good frame to have an hour show to kind of do something a little different. And for some reason, Anthony looked over at me and said, yeah, you, for some reason. I'm like, cool, that's great. I'm like, are you sure? Because you give me a mic, you give me an hour, and I can talk about whatever I want. We may not be on the air after the first week. We'll see what happens. But that being said, it's going to be an awesome experience, and it's going to be very different. This is very much a sports podcasting network. We do a lot of sports content, breakdown. We had great draft coverage. We have all this stuff. Guess what this show is going to be? Very little sports. We're going to be getting into a lot of current events, a lot of stuff in Northeast Ohio. I said on the Friday show that we were going to be sports mainly and kind of dive in here and there to different stuff. The response we've gotten from the different type of content we put out in just the first 15 minutes of that show tells me it's time to pivot already. We haven't even had the first official episode in this daily type run, but we're going to go that way. We're going to start off with guests as well. We're going to have guests on the show, something different than maybe we've seen. We've had guest appearances, and I appreciate you guys letting me on tonight, obviously, for prime time as well. But this is going to be very, very more like the traditional type of like radio or even television show, news show you would see, where we have people come and talk to me. And unfiltered is exactly what it means. This is your forum for people that maybe haven't had a voice, for people that maybe have been kind of stifled or not been able to really tell their true story, depending on what that story is, what the event is, what the topic is, whatever it is. This is going to be a safe space to do so without being judged, asked fair questions, and being able to learn more about them and what is going on in our community, because I feel like this is lacking across the board through not only the radio side of things. We love our friend Jake Underwood. He does a great job over on 1420 The Answer. He's probably the closest thing to a really solid interview type radio show and topic current event radio show we have in this city. My goal is to be a close second. So that's what we're going to do with this. We're going to make it fun. We're still going to talk about sports too. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure the Cavs, Browns, and Indians/Guardians will piss me off at some point, so I'll have to say something. But I mean, beside the point, we're going to keep this really, really fresh, really different, because you guys all do such a great job in your lanes when it comes to sports. I have that news background, and I haven't been able to say what I've been thinking for a long time. This opens the door. So get ready. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Chad, do you have any, I know Kyle's got a cool setup. I know he's flexing the muscles. I wear a flannel on the show because I haven't hit the gym in like 3 years. But
well, don't hit it. You go into it and you work out. That's why you're just hitting the gym. You have to actually
You're walking into the door. You're not getting anything done.
Well, here's the thing,
New
fellas.
definition of a contact sport.
First part is stretching, and me and Double A talked earlier today, and he's like, "Your stretching game is not good. I guess I don't know how to. I don't know.
You can stretch that dollar, but you can't stretch your hamstring. Come on, man, let's get it.
Hey, I'm trying, pal. I'm trying. I mean, here's another thing I'll ask you, and I don't know if you have anything to add as well, Chad. I'm curious to hear, if you have any questions for Kyle, but I want to ask you, Kyle, the one big thing that stands out to me with this show, and obviously I produced it on Friday, right? Mm-hmm. I think the big thing that stands out to me is you're not, and you mentioned it, you're not afraid to challenge or speak your mind. What went into that, I guess, you're right? Because you talked about how you've had a lot of time to not be able to share your opinion. I mean, we've heard your wrestling takes, and look, man, I think Jacob Fatu might get hot shot of the title, all right? But all that being said, why was now? I know Double A and you had a conversation, but why now? Why did you feel the time was right now, and why this type of presentation?
Well, I'll tell you, we were driving home from church. I think I told the story on the pilot, and Double A looked over to me and he's like, we had talked before about, again, like having a spot in the afternoon, trying to do an afternoon drive type show. Mm-hmm. And he looked at me and he said, 6 years is long enough. It's time. Like and again, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that. Believe me, I'll do plenty of that on Unfiltered. But like, this is one of those times where he even said, you're too good. Like, you've been doing too well. We've been doing too well with the Side Hustle podcast and not have you have your own space to be able to get your own opinions out there. And you guys, Eli, Chad, I know I've talked to you like twice, but I mean, still, like, these guys know, they've known me for over a decade. They know that there's a lot that goes on in here, and there's a lot that can come out of this, and it can help us. And my goal has always been, whether it's my professional career when it comes to my job or when it comes to the fun we've been able to have on this network, is to help however I can. So that being said, if I can use both of those to add to this and to make sure I get you guys a bigger platform, I get Anthony a bigger platform, the main event, if I can get, the girls obviously doing a great job with Jersey Chasers, if I can get them more eyeballs, more ears, whatever it is, like, if I can somehow do that by being a little bit different and by being unfiltered, then I think that's the overall goal in all this. Obviously, I want the show to do well, but I want this to lift up the entire network to where we're all taken to a different level of serious than even what we are now. So
I love it.
I would say Friday was such a powerful beginning to the whole thing. I mean,
you haven't seen nothing yet.
Man, I'm excited. Am I allowed to? Now, I know we're not divulging, group text. What about individual? Am I allowed to say what happened in the text when I texted you? Because I said, man, that was remember?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to tell him? Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I said, what a powerful beginning. And Kyle hit me back with maybe some of the most profound words I've ever really seen in a text message. You said, who is this?
So here's the thing. So Chad has a 419 area code. I'm not going to give your entire number out because that would just be irresponsible. But I would tell you that, yeah.
Stay tuned for the third segment. No, I'm kidding.
We're going to give 3 numbers up per segment. And if we run out of segments, well, then tough shit. But no, like you texted me and I'm like, oh, that's really sweet. Who is this? So it's like, I thought we were getting rid. And it's a Toledo area code. So my mindset is like, I only know a few people from Toledo still that I still kind of rarely talk to. I'm like, is someone like hearing this shit in Toledo and they're listening to me? And like, then I'm like, okay, who is this? And you said, you sent like the little laughing emoji back. And then you said it was you. And I'm like, oh shit. Because I never saved your number from the previous group text we had. I thought I did. Because normally I'm good about that.
I thought, like when I was like, he probably doesn't even, he may not have my number, but whatever. I'm still sending it. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Listen, it was so thoughtful to take time out of your day to tell me that I'm amazing. So I appreciate that. And it just means the world to me. And yeah, I mean, whenever you feel like, just sending those words of encouragement, obviously I'll take them and never give them back. So
that's fair enough, man. You guys, I somehow contributed to your background. I think my words of encouragement went into your background. Now you have a glowing tree back there. So
yeah. So, and also if you guys notice, there's a sign back here. I don't know if you can read it because it's a little bit further back, but this is how we're going to end every show on Unfiltered. Eli, you'll like this, the words of encouragement, all that stuff too. But it reads, before you go, be sure to know that you always belong. You matter. You're worth it. You're doing great. You're loved. You can do anything. You have a voice, and I believe in you. That's going to be the close for Unfiltered going forward. Every great show has their opens and their closes and their things they can hang their hat on. And it's one of those things where I was looking through different stuff and I saw that and it kind of sung to me a little bit. So an inspirational message to end with 55 to 60 minutes beforehand of bullshit before it. So just enjoy all that and appreciate it and know that it's true. Those words ring true. No matter if you're listening for the first time, if you're picking us up, if you come here, whatever it is, you listen to 5 minutes or the entire time of any of our shows, it all rings true.
Yeah. No, it's powerful stuff, man. And I'll be real with you. I've known you for 11 years. We've got into debates over the Saints that I think we were before you were not a social media guy. I think we're not Facebook friends for like 2 months.
You're assuming that I'm still not a social media guy, dude. I hate social media.
You're getting better.
I hate it.
I remember. So here's the story for everybody. We're about to go to break here in just a second. We're appreciative of Kyle and his time here. And like I said, major programming news before I get into the story. If you're just now tuning in, Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Inside Edge Primetime with myself and Chad Bryan, or Chad and I, 10 to 11 Monday through Friday, and Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Monday through Friday. So you have 3 daily shows now to party with us. Just party with us. I'll tell the story about Kyle, and then we'll go to break. I've known Kyle for 11 years. So I remember I went at him about a Saints draft because they got like Sheldon Rankins or something. And I just was going in, and Kyle
I was drinking in the OMS studio that day, so I don't want to hear it. Like Kyle, we were drinking because it was that bad.
Kyle deletes me off of Facebook. For a minute. I mean, and it was like, oh man, I really upset him over some Saints shit. I understand I don't talk about the Saints like that no more. But that's
the only thing you won't touch. That's it.
Yeah, know your role and shut your mouth. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? But I'll tell you this. All joking aside, Kyle, I'll say this here on the air. We've gotten definitely a lot closer as friends and bros over the last couple of years. I am proud of you for everything you have done, for everything you've accomplished, what you are going to bring with Unfiltered, with what you've already brought with Side Hustle Wrestling Podcast. I think for anybody out there needing a reason to buy in to why they should watch Unfiltered, besides everything you just said, it's because the Kyle Cornell you listened to maybe 10 years ago is not the same Kyle Cornell you're going to listen to now. He is a completely different person in all the great ways. He is literally one of my favorite people to talk to on a day-to-day basis. So he is going to give you something different that you get any other network. So I'm proud of you. I wanted to take the time to thank you for believing in us. Because like I said, it all started with Side Hustle and you, Pete, and Double A and a dream. And we've turned that dream into a mission to bring it to the Inside Edge Network family. So thank you. I'm proud of you. And I can't wait for this upcoming week, pal.
It's only a matter of time before Pete and Anthony said it's time to milk the cow. So here I am. 2% or fat-free? What do you guys want?
I was going to say really quick, I'm sorry. In all sincerity, I want to say this too. I watched you guys on the Side Hustle podcast for a long time. I've known Double A for a while. And I saw that you guys had this thing going on. I was like, that's really cool. Look at them. They have sponsors. They're doing it. Like they're getting views. First of all, I was like, how are they doing this? Because my podcast, I don't know how to do this. And I was like, maybe one day I'll be a part of something like this. And now here we are all working together. And I think it's really cool. I don't know you as well as Eli does, but I'm still proud of you, man. And now you have my number. So you'll know when I text you and say, I'm proud of you, you'll know who's saying it.
We're still very much assuming that I actually did save your number.
Yeah,
I know I said I did, but
guess we'll have to stay tuned for On Filter with Kyle Cornell Monday and see if he saved Chad's number. A whole lot of stuff to find out with Kyle Cornell. Pay
attention to Eli Facebook page on Thursday. We're going to announce our first guest. So
yes, absolutely, yes. Yep. Make sure you go. Like you said, he's on the social you just mentioned. He's not on the social, but the page is
I'm debating making a YouTube too, so I can throw clips up. We'll see what happens, but it's very much just like Facebook because I had to, and we'll see. But again, like I said, I wanted to make sure this broadcast on the Inside Edge Network because I wanted to lift the network up. If I can impact the followers for us, more people are going to see all the shows we have. So that's kind of the goal. I don't want to just have my own thing to the side and it happens to be simulcast. I want this to be the main place it's put up. So yeah, you're stuck with me. Deal with it.
Hey, we're okay being stuck with you, pal. We got a good thing rolling here. We appreciate all of you out there for tuning in. Again, major programming announcements on Filter with Kyle Cornell, Inside Edge Primetime with Chad and I, and Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, running Monday through Friday. So no other place to be than the Inside Edge Network. And if you're just now tuning in for the first time, thanks for being here. Like and subscribe to Inside Edge Net on all the socials so you can stay tuned in because we got a lot of, as you heard, a lot of great stuff coming up here for you. A lot of exciting stuff still to be revealed and announced in the coming weeks. InsideEdgeNetwork.com is the place to be as well. Get your merch, just like Chad was showing off yesterday, his Inside Edge polo. He is absolutely flexing in it. You can do the same thing. You can get a mug.
I accidentally, I did a thing, my tricep, I ripped right through his sleeve. I got to order a new one now.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. He's too jacked, man.
You got
6'3",
polos.
46, and looking like he's about to run a 5K. Look at him go. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I can't run a 1K, bro. That's not happening. Sorry.
Hey, well, I'll tell you this. You can get your polos, your mugs, you can get your hats, all that great stuff on InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's on the shop page, the shop section of the InsideEdgeNetwork.com, and the partners page, the QR code right above Kyle this time because Chad swung it over to the middle. That'll take you to all of our great, you're close, other side, buddy. But the Inside Edge partner, InsideEdgeNetwork.com partners, InsideEdgeNetwork.com/partners. How about that? It'll take you all the great stuff. Fanatics. We heard from them at the beginning of the show. Alley Rose Fragrances Inside Edge 20 is your code. W Energy Inside Edge 10 is your code. We heard from Awesome Moments. We're going to hear from Sports Memorabilia and, of course, BA Sweeties. We heard from them as well. We're going to hear from all these great sponsors here when we come back. And, we're going to finish a show. Kyle, we got, real deep there for a moment in terms of, talking about some real shit. Chad's going to completely get controversial. So I hope you stay locked in here with us and follow along with everybody at home. We have Tuesday Top 5 coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere. A big thank you once again to our friend, our bro, Kyle Cornell. Major news here on the Inside Edge Network. Kyle, thank you again, brother.
It's where Chad takes 5 shots and ranks them on a scale of 1 to 10. Guys, stay tuned. It's great.
Close enough. Hey,
about to get tipsy on a Tuesday.
That's Kyle Cornell, everybody. Again, Kyle Cornell, you can check on Mondays through Fridays, 5 to 6 p.m. We appreciate you. Chad and I will be back for a final segment, Tuesday Top 5. Don't go anywhere, because we're not. So you shouldn't. Back after this.
Whether you're searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and player. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, but you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Ryan and Hallie Mosser. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio, but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com. Clean energy, bold flavors, no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Helps you lock in and focus. Over 15 absolute fire flavors to choose from. Visit Dubby.gg and use promo code InsideEdge10.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan, man, he runs over the place sometimes. I find him before we get back, though. Don't worry, folks. He's over to my right, which would be to your left. And I'm Eli Moon. We are back for a final segment. A big thank you one more time to Kyle Cornell. In case you just missed it, it's there on the ticker. We have a ticker running for you right now. You can see the new daily lineup here on the Inside Edge Network, which will start at 5 o'clock with Kyle Cornell on Filtered with Kyle Cornell. The new show that was a pilot episode last Friday, now coming to you next Monday. So next Monday through Friday on Filter with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. Inside Edge Primetime with Chad and I will now be 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, same time, 10 to 11 p.m. And Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, same time, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. Exciting news, and we are so gracious you're here with us, enjoying the ride. We are having just as much of as a ball as hopefully you are. So, yeah, we're blessed. Chad, that was a lot of fun, and thanks again to Kyle for tuning in, but that was good. I'm glad you guys were able to have a conversation. I'm glad you guys were able to exchange phone numbers, and yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully he saved my number. I really didn't know if I was supposed to talk during that segment or whatever from the group chat. I wasn't sure. I took a chance. I think it worked out okay.
You know what? You know what they say. You miss 100% of the shots you never take.
It's very true.
Wayne Gretzky. All right, let's. We are running short on time here, which is not a bad thing, but we got to make sure we get to it. It's one of our favorite times of the day. It is time for Tuesday Top 5. Chad, over to you.
It is time for what's Tuesday? That means it's time for Tuesday. But so Trigonometry Tuesday did not pass the test. That's not the thing. Yeah, that bit didn't really make it. Let
me just tell you this real quick. I know we're short on time. My little brother's a computer science major, finance major. Like, he's working on all that. He's just light years smarter than me in terms of that type of math and stuff. He sat here when he saw Cleveland State. He's at Ohio State now, and I'm proud of you, Austin, wherever you're listening. But he sat here one day and he said, give me some math problems. Brother, I was ready for a cigarette. I haven't smoked a cigarette in almost 10 years. I was ready for a cigarette after doing 2 math problems with him. I didn't finish them. He walked me through it. So Trigonometry Tuesday, we're going to have to trash that idea.
Yeah. No, trash the trig. Well, listen, if you need trigonometry for your job, first of all, congratulations on sending rockets into space. Otherwise, I don't know why you use that. I don't even understand, It's another language. That's not math. That's not even numbers. It's like symbols and things that don't make sense. And there's weird letters. I don't know how to multiply by a letter. Whatever. I'll figure it out if you tell me what I'm doing. But that's a lie. I won't. Let's just get to the Tuesday top 5.
Yeah.
Let's just move on.
Okay.
So listen, it's time. Let's put the screen up. It's the Inside Edge Primetime Tuesday top 5. Brought to you by Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. No, it's not doing that this week. But this week, we wanted to talk about an important topic. And I think that sometimes you got to bring it back a little bit. You know, we do a lot of silly stuff on the air, and we have fun. Eli, I think we laugh a lot. We have a good time. We joke.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah. But sometimes you got to go serious. So tonight, and bringing back some past conversations, some things that we've been talking about over the past couple of weeks, I thought, why don't we do a Tuesday top 5 where we talk about my top 5 chicken sandwiches? Eli.
I love it.
Because after all, I am a chicken sandwich. We found that out last week. So with no further ado, first of all, let me welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, to the crispy clash of champions, the golden brown battle where buns are tested, pickles are judged, speaking of Unfiltered, and mayo placement can make or break legacies across drive-thrus, dining rooms, and regrettable late-night decisions in some cases. These sandwiches, these ones rose above the rest. So maybe these weren't questionable decisions. Regrettable, per se. Some bring heat, some bring crunch, and some bring the kind of comfort that just makes you stare out the window while chewing, which is weird. So loosen the top button wherever. If you got a top button, loosen that. If it zips, unzip it a little bit. Grab extra napkins because this might be a mess, and prepare for a ranked feast of flavor. These are the top 5 chicken sandwiches in the chain restaurant universe. Now, I'm not talking about one-off restaurants. I know you might go to an expensive restaurant and have a $100 chicken sandwich. It's going to be multiple times better than anything on this list, but that's okay. Hang out with me for 1 second while we talk about the top 5 fast food and chain restaurant chicken sandwiches.
Chad,
at least sandwiches that I've had. Yes, Eli.
I just want you to know, it's so rude of me to interrupt, but I want you to know,
I was going nowhere with that. What's up?
I have not ate dinner yet.
Oh, no. Oh, this is going to be bad for you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's pictures, man.
No, not the pictures.
Right, well, hey, buckle up. Good luck. I mean, if you want to step away for a moment, I'm
gonna be sweating by the end of this segment, bro.
Well, so am I from all the cholesterol, but that's okay. All right, let's move on. Number 5, the long, oddly shaped legend itself. This sandwich looks like it was designed in a laboratory where someone yelled, "Make it bigger, weirder." But don't let the geometry fool you. Here we are. We're back to the math. We circled back to math. I didn't mean to do that. With crispy chicken, bacon, lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise on a sesame seed sub-style bun. Eli, this is the veteran presence on the list. It's not flashy. It's not trendy. It's just dependable. Like LeBron James. You know, he's a 55-year NBA player who's going to give you 20, 25 points a game. It's none other than the BK Chicken Club. You remember the BK Chicken Club? I don't remember it looking that blurry when I would eat it. Maybe that's my eyes. I'm 46 years old. But
that's like what Plankton ate. That's what like Plankton ate in SpongeBob when they ate the holographic meatloaf.
It's so far off the rails already. But it's the BK Chicken Club. I missed this sandwich. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, this thing is bigger than my face. How am I going to eat it? So I would order 2 and eat all of them because I was hungry, apparently. I don't know what I was doing when I was a kid. I was very hungry. But number 5 is the BK Chicken Club. You ever had one of these, Eli?
So here's the thing about chicken sandwiches. Let me preface this before we get any further.
Okay.
I know a lot of chicken sandwiches come with mayo. I am not a mayo guy. So I put mustard on my chicken sandwiches. I hope that doesn't disqualify me. But I'm seeing a lot of mayo on this PK Chicken Club, and
there's a lot of mayo there. Yeah,
it's kind of making me squirm a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But
it's double layered up too. I think that's for the picture because if you take a bite of that thing, that chicken patty is sliding right out the back of the bun. It's gone. Like, forget about it.
But yes, I mean, I think they had a deal for them. It was like 2 for $5 or something at one point. Dude,
2 for $5. Now that thing's probably $14.79. You know what I mean? You go there and it's.
And it makes you wonder too, with the chicken nugget quality being so bad at Burger King, like how did they craft something that's like decent like this? I mean, to make a top 5 list.
I don't know, but they did, and it was amazing. You know what I mean? Just absolutely amazing. This was one of my favorite chicken sandwiches, but it's number 5 on our list. That tells you what's to come. And now listen, don't get mad at me if I don't put certain chicken sandwiches. Maybe I just haven't had one yet. Maybe you can help me. Maybe you can steer me in the direction toward your favorite chicken sandwich. But let's move on to number 4. So number 4 is this particular restaurant reminding everyone, hey, excuse me, We invented chicken, all right? Don't, but they still are only number 4 on the list. Thick, juicy filet, crunchy coating, a buttery brioche bun, and pickles.
Jeez almighty, Chad, you're making me starve, man.
I told you this was going to be rough. Hey, listen, I warned you. I said, hey, you could step away. I'll text you when I'm done, but you're still sitting here. That's your fault. Pickles that snap louder than your knees getting out of the car. Maybe that's just me because I'm 46 years old. It's bold, it's heavy, and it arrives like it's trying to reclaim the throne, Eli. Every bite tastes like, well, you know what? I'm going to give it away with this. Every bite tastes like Colonel Sanders stormed back into the game wearing sunglasses. It's the KFC original chicken sandwich, man. Look at that chicken. Look at that piece of chicken. First of all, there's 984 pickles. I can count them. Not as much mayo, a little bit of mayo, but not as much on this one. This is still a no-go for you, right?
It could have a drop of mayo. It'd be a no-go. I've literally thrown sandwiches out because of there being a drop of mayo on there.
Did you know me when you threw these sandwiches out? Because you know how much I like a chicken sandwich.
No, I did not know you. I have not thrown any chicken sandwiches out in the last 6 months.
All right. So. I was about to say, we just went to 5 days a week. Don't be throwing chicken sandwiches out when I'm around, man. You can't do that.
I'm kind of surprised by you, though. Because in full transparency, you asked me earlier, hey, do you want to know what the list is? Usually we talk about the list together, at least a little bit. And you leave some surprises. This list, I wanted to go in completely blind. I didn't want to know anything about this list because I wanted to see what your thoughts were. I don't want to influence you and be like, Chad, that's kind of a questionable spot.
Don't tell me about my chicken sandwiches, yeah.
Well, I am going to right here, though. KFC at number 4? Number 4? KFC, it is Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I know.
It don't matter what type of chicken you get from there. It is delicious. It is phenomenal. I mean, I haven't had KFC in a minute. I'm about to go KFC tomorrow, I think. I just for this reason.
Well, I think some of it, this is a little bit of the recency bias thing. And maybe not even a recency bias. It's been a while since I've had a KFC chicken sandwich. This is like a location bias. I don't know where there's a KFC anywhere near me. It's not even driving distance. Like I gotta drive on a full tank of gas, stop at get another half tank of gas to get even to. I can't even get to a KFC, Eli. It's but kind of painful.
What would you do for a chicken sandwich? I guess is the question.
Tank and a half of gas.
Yeah, I mean,
which nowadays is like $384. So we're in trouble. Whatever.
That was yesterday's price. We'll find out today.
Yeah, it's about $900 now. All right, okay. Let's move on to number 3. I don't think we're going to talk about gas prices anymore. We don't do that. Although I will say that some of the sandwiches on this list may actually give you a little bit of boost. They may give you some gas. So number 3 is the People's Champion of Heat. This might be a controversial thing. Now, you already called me out for having KFC at number 4. I can't wait till you see what's at number 3. You're going to say that. So this is the People's Champion of Heat. Like I said, this restaurant knew regular chicken. That's not enough, right? They had to add some personality. This sandwich comes in with a little bit of hot, peppery kick, some crisp lettuce, maybe a tomato on there. If they're not out, they're usually out. And unfortunately, Eli, I'm sorry, mayo. There's more mayo. This is going to give you the full, I want pain, but in a fun way experience, right? It's a sandwich. It's equivalent to a mid-major school upsetting a 2 seed. When we see that happen in the tournament, it is my friend. It's none other than, you're going to be mad, the Wendy's spicy chicken. All right, let me have it. Go.
There's no way, dog. There's no way.
I know.
There's no way. There's no way, dog. Like there's absolutely no freaking way, dude.
I knew you were going to be mad.
Dude.
I know.
Look at that. That's the presentation they put out there to get you excited about the sandwich. That gets me as excited as Deshaun Watson being my starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns week 1.
Listen, that's the picture I found. That sandwich, it looks like it has a bad bowl haircut. I don't understand. I don't agree with the presentation here, but the taste is none other than listen, man, it's a good sandwich. It's a good chicken sandwich, bro.
Dude, I mean, now let me ask you this. Do they offer that on the Biggie Bag?
I don't know what a Biggie Bag is. What is that?
So you're putting Wendy's in this top 3. You don't even have the Biggie Bag. So the Biggie Bag is the $5. It used to be the $5 meal, and then prices went up. So now it's like $6.
That's not the Biggie Bag. No, that's that's a full tank of gas right there. No, yeah.
Okay, word.
I've ordered a chicken sandwich and they've been like $37.42, and I'm like, wait, I only ordered one meal. What happened?
Be like, I didn't order the spicy chicken sandwich today from Wendy's.
Unbelievable. So. That's my number 3 chicken sandwich, man. I thought long and hard, and I was going to put KFC above Wendy's just because, but then I'm like, you know what? I've definitely had more Wendy's spicy chicken sandwiches than I have KFC chicken.
Chad,
and it keeps me coming back.
This might be one of the worst like most I don't want to say worst. My
No,
apologies.
no, let me have it. I love it.
But at least the most controversial list we've ever put together on this show.
Well, just wait. Does
Dude,
it get worse? It probably doesn't get worse.
KFC at number 4 is criminal. All right, keep going.
All right. Well, that's fine. This one's kind of classy. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Okay, all right.
This particular restaurant stepped in like a country singer crashing a rap battle and somehow winning. This is weird. This is gonna be. You might even think this is crazier. Crispy chicken paired with bacon, lettuce, tomato, and rich flavor on a hearty bun, Eli. It's less fast food rush and more sit down, breathe deeply, maybe find a nice rocking chair out front and enjoy your afternoon. What can I even be? Listen, this sandwich doesn't even honk in traffic, right? It just waves politely at everyone it sees because it's the Cracker Barrel Chicken BLT. This is an amazing sandwich. I have a personal experience with this sandwich, okay?
Okay.
Not the same way I have a personal experience with onion. We'll get to that later this week.
Yeah.
Onion from the hot dog races at the Guardian. Yeah, well, like I said, sometimes it's hard to be a victim publicly. We'll talk about that later this week when I'm ready. Right now, we're talking about chicken sandwiches. This was the first time I ever had this sandwich, Eli. It was the day after a wedding. I didn't feel good for some reason. I was dehydrated for some reason. I have no idea why. But this sandwich, it brought me back to life. And honestly, you're going to be upset about this, but it was the mayonnaise. It was the mayo on the sandwich. No, it wasn't the mayo. This is a good chicken sandwich, man. This is it's not quite number one for reasons, but it's one of the best chicken sandwiches I've ever had at a restaurant, to be perfectly honest with you. It was very, very good. Any problems with number 2? You good? You all right?
Cracker Barrel is cool. I mean, they're not bad.
They're okay, yeah.
I mean, here's where it gets a little tricky.
Okay.
Like, does this really fall in the same category as these other 3?
Well, it's a chain restaurant, right? It's not quite fast food, but it is a chain restaurant. It's not a one-off. It's not like you're not going to Fahrenheit. You're not going to whatever. This is it's a chain restaurant.
See, I think
it counts. It's basically fast food.
I think you got me like.
If they have a gift shop, it can't count as a real restaurant, right? I think you
right,
can go out there and you can buy like whatever. You can buy T-shirts and hats and baseball cards. It's weird.
And you know what? I think the fries being in this, I think that's a big help. I think for anybody tuning in and just going based off the images, the fries are going to show you why they should be number 2. Those fries look really, really good. And
they do look good.
I'm not okay. This is where open and honest hour with Eli Moon. I don't like tomatoes either, so we'd be minusing the tomatoes on this. But this looks good. This definitely looks good. I've never had this actually, believe it or not, so I can't judge from personal experience. I still think it's crazy that KFC is chilling there for. But
yeah, hey, Colonel Sanders, I'm sorry. What have you done for me lately? Nothing. I haven't had a chicken sandwich from KFC in years. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It happens, man. Well, that's okay because it's time for number 1.
Okay.
Number 1 in my mind. Again, this is chicken sandwiches that I've personally had. There are chicken sandwiches out there that I want to try that look amazing that may take over the number 1 spot, but it doesn't matter. I haven't eaten them. I can't put them number 1 if I haven't eaten it. So this is the undisputed heavyweight champion. No gimmicks here, right? No unnecessary toppings, Eli. It's just a perfectly seasoned, pressure cooked chicken breast, exactly 2 pickles, and a buttered bun, and that's it. It is literally it's simplicity executed at an elite level. All right, this sandwich, this next chicken sandwich, number 1 on the list, it's the Michael Jordan of chicken sandwiches that I've had.
Wow.
Others may compete, but this sandwich owns the highlights, right? You watch the highlights, it none other than this chicken sandwich. Every single bite says, we didn't need bacon. We had greatness. It's Chick-fil-A. It's the Chick-fil-A classic chicken sandwich. The Southern style, like the buttered bun with the pickles and nothing else on it, man. Nothing you don't like here. You like pickles? Are you okay with pickles?
This is my sandwich, man. I love
this. Is you?
Yep.
Take it off the screen. It looks nice, and I believe that bun. It's perfect.
Yep. It's perfect, man. It's perfect. I mean, look at that. The chicken. I mean, it's not even doing it justice. I mean, you go to Chick-fil-A and you go there, any day but Sunday. I mean, because you're gonna be disappointed to go on Sunday. And that's the one thing you could argue.
Very disappointed if you go on Sunday. Yeah.
It's the one thing you could argue. These other stores and these other restaurants are open on Sunday. So, but this sandwich is so good. It only needs to be open 6 days a week. I mean, this thing is so dang good. My little brother taught me the hack too. He puts American cheese on his. Okay. Add American cheese, and it adds a nice little, an extraness. But yeah, the pickles. I mean, like.
Yeah, I don't mind adding some things to a sandwich now and then, but it's hard to mess with the simplicity and the perfection of that sandwich right there. I mean, it looks. I tried to grab it. I literally put my fingers around it like I was going to take it off my screen. It doesn't work. You can't do that. We're not there yet, technology-wise. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I've never had this problem before. I've got a quick outro for this top 5 list, and I'm having a hard time because my mouth is watering.
Dude, I'm like, I'm starving, dude. I mean, we have Midnight Run coming up here on the Inside Edge Network at midnight with AA. I'm going to have to tell AA I'm going to have to cook some dinner. I mean,
you got to get a hold of your sister and you got to get her to make some ham and scalloped potatoes for you again, man. That sounded amazing. I didn't even.
You're over here like the chicken and the pickles. And do you like pickles on your sandwich? Yeah, I mean, I can go with a few slices of pickles on there. This Chick-fil-A sandwich is amazing, man. I mean, like, dude, this is the bee's knees. And here's the reality of the situation. If you're not looking for the chicken sandwich, you could always go with the chicken nuggets or the chicken, whatever they call them, chicken tendies or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you can go with any of those options, man. It is literally the spot to go for a chicken sandwich. Chad,
that's what they do.
Questionable list for a few there. You redeemed yourself. At least you got the right one at number 1. If I were to make any revisions, KFC would definitely be chilling in that 2 spot.
Okay, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Like I said, it was a little bit of a recency bias for me. It's been a long time since I remember them being pretty good, but it's been a long time.
So right, here's what we're going to do.
Here's the old school icons real quick. This list proves chicken sandwiches, Eli, they're no side quest. They're the absolute main event. No affiliation with the main event podcast and all. But some are messy, some are majestic, but all deserve respect. Even the Wendy's sandwich. Okay, Eli. And if your favorite didn't make the list, it's because I haven't had it. I'm sorry. So please direct all your every complaint right to the nearest napkin dispenser, because mayonnaise is going to shoot out of most of these sandwiches on this list, honestly. I've seen the pictures.
So here's what we're going to do.
Let's do it.
We're going to take you to KFC. Next
All
time
right.
you do kick it in person. It's been a minute. We're going to kick it in person. We're going to go to a KFC. And then we're going to go to Wendy's.
Oh. Wait. You can't get me full on KFC and then expect me to go eat Wendy's and be like, oh, this is still good. I'm not going to be hungry.
No, here's the thing. We're going to get both sandwiches.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to try both. And you tell me.
Cut them right
Wendy's. Yeah, come on, man. Chad,
I'm willing to do it.
That's criminal. That's criminal. And we actually have Omar tune in, Omar Klossel, who is now part of the Inside Edge Network. Stay tuned on some exciting news, obviously, as we continue to bring on some great talent here on the Inside Edge Network. Yes. But he just said Popeye slander, Chet? And I'm actually shocked. I'm glad he said something, because where is Popeyes? Where is Popeyes?
I haven't had a Popeyes chicken sandwich. It's embarrassing. I know. I gotta step up my game. Omar, no offense to Popeyes at all. Culver's, I don't know that I've had a chicken sandwich from Culver. I like Culver's. Where's Popeyes?
Double A Anthony Alfred chiming in.
I knew this was gonna happen. I gotta get out of here before Double A comes into the studio tonight, so I don't get yelled at.
You didn't even put Dave's Hot Chicken on there.
No, I know. Go yesterday. Dude, that's actually really good advice.
Dude, you didn't. I'm starting to think of more chicken sandwiches that you didn't name. Dave's Hot Chicken? You ever had Dave's Hot Chicken?
Never had Dave's Hot Chicken.
Holy shit, bro. I don't very often swear on this show, but that's serious right there.
No, I know. I don't hear you swear very often. Well, hey, listen. Enjoy your guys' run of 5 days a week. I think I might be off the network after tonight. I don't know. I see the comments coming in from I'm scared right now. Our program director's not happy with me. Listen, I'm all. If you're gonna send me to Popeyes, man, on maybe the Inside Edge Network's dime, maybe I can get a company lunch.
Well, look,
try it, man.
Double A always prepares for the show well ahead of time, unless some breaking news happens. And he has announced here, and we have some breaking news here on the Inside Edge Primetime, that yes, Double A Anthony Alfred will address the lack of Popeyes on Midnight Run tonight. So you're going to want to stay tuned in the Inside Edge Net.
I love his wrench. I feel like he's going to hit me with that wrench, actually.
Yeah, I don't know what the wrench is for. He's just about to handle business. And then he said, this entire list will be addressed on the opening segment. So Midnight Run, you're going to want to stay tuned in. Of course, if you enjoy all the great content, you're going to want to like, subscribe, all that great stuff, Inside Edge Net. On all the socials, check out the website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com, and tell Chad. You see Chad's handle, @RealChadBryan. Be nice to him, okay? I'm gonna preface that. Don't come at my guy all crazy over a chicken sandwich, okay? I'm going to preface that. I love Chad. That's my guy. But let him know very politely that his list is crazy. Crazy.
Tell me where I have to go. Yes. I love that. Yes. We need to have an episode where we just eat chicken sandwiches. Honestly, we just have them all laid out in front of us. They're all cut in half. Eli's half, Chad's half, right? And we'll go 60-40 because I'm a big guy. I eat a lot. And we'll eat the chicken. And I'll re-rank them. I'll do an episode where I re-rank them after I've had, someone said Raising Cane's is okay. I'll try Raising
sucks.
Yeah, you said that. I'll try Raising Cane's though. I'll try Popeyes. I'll try Dave's. I don't think there's a Zaxby's within driving distance around here, but yes, my wife said that's Chad's dream episode. Anything involving food and me getting to eat, honestly, is my dream episode. I don't even care if the food's good; it doesn't matter. So,
Bro, I'm surprised you haven't heard my stomach just rumbling this entire segment, dude.
I thought that was thunder. I thought it was storming.
No, it's just my tummy. I'm starving. All right, Chad. Well, that's our list for today. That's Tuesday Top 5. As always, stay tuned. And yes, she's right. Hey, she knows best. She definitely knows best. All right.
Absolutely.
So, all right, Chad. Let's before we get into any more trouble, we just announced some big. Oh, we lost Chad for a moment. And he froze.
That won't go away.
Chad, we lost you for a second, and you froze. It looked like a shocked face of you being like, "This is what the chicken sandwich list should not have been." I guess.
I was getting ready to take a bite of a sandwich. That's whatever.
Well, before we get pitchforks and everything else outside Chad Bryan's house, let's get
Kyle should have stuck around. That got pretty unfiltered for a minute. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure did, and unhinged, all in between. Oh my goodness, Chad, you had a lot of thoughts there. You have any final thoughts for the folks at home?
No, I think I'm gonna save. I'm gonna move on. I think people are mad enough at me. I don't know if there's any way I can really get out of this. So we're just gonna maybe go tomorrow night and hope they forgot.
All right, cool. All right, and with that being said, I will remind everybody, it was a beautiful day in Cleveland, Ohio. It's going to be a little colder, and I mean that because I'm a summer baby, and it'll be like 50s, mid-50s, maybe 60. So to me, it's a little cold.
Good day for a chicken sandwich.
Depending on what place you go to. But with that being said, I just want to remind everybody, go out there and just enjoy yourself. Go out and do something. I said that yesterday, but I just want to keep hammering that point home. I'll be honest, open and honest here if I want to be serious. I went through a little bit of a mini depression this past week. Not because of anything that necessarily went on. I just think going through certain things, and it was a tough week. I mean, but I'm gracious for the opportunity here on the Inside Edge Network, gracious for the opportunity with LaHale and the community, and for all of you tuning in every week and every day, and now daily. So I just want to remind you, it may seem like sometimes, Chad and I, we put these smiles on our faces and we never have a bad day. I promise you. Chad and I talk all the time. There are days we have a bad day. And I want to remind you, it's okay to have a bad day, but it's not a bad life. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for rocking on this earth. We appreciate you so much.
Yes.
Thank you for the support and everything. Thank you for choosing us as Cleveland's digital leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, everything in between. We truly appreciate you. 6-7 months ago, when AA gave me the call, I'll pull the curtain back one more time here. When AA gave me the call and goes, "Hey," and I go, "Hey, dude, what's up? You want to kick it this weekend?" And he's like, "No, I got some serious news to talk to you about." And he said, "Do you want to get the band back together for main event?" Now, full transparency, since I left sports broadcasting and took a hiatus about 6-7 years ago, right?
Okay,
Right when I left, I started really pursuing music full time, and getting after where we're at the point where now with the collective, LaHale, and the community and everything. And then AA gives me this call. I always had the itch, you're like, man, it'd be cool to jump on every now and then and just talk sports or whatever.
Yeah.
And AA gave me the call to get the band back together, and it started as just a Sunday show. And then Chad and I started teaming up, and we started bringing you Thursday topics way back when. And now we're here on Inside Edge Primetime. Now we're daily, 3 shows daily, 5 days a week. I'm Filtered with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m. Primetime, Inside Edge Primetime here, 10 to 11, Chad and I. And AA Anthony out for Midnight Run, 12 to 1 a.m. All days of the week, Monday through Friday, all weekdays. To say that, and I don't take a lot of time to reflect. I'm going to be very real. I don't take a lot of time to reflect. I keep going with motion, right?
Yeah.
And I took some time today when I had a second. And I thought about the success and the growth we've had in 6 to 7 months.
Yeah.
And tonight, we're running over at 11:24 p.m. I'm gracious. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative of every opportunity that's and blessing that's come my way, that's come the network's way, the collective's way, just everything. And I'm gracious and I'm grateful for every single one of you out there, for everybody on the Inside Edge Network, the talent. I'm just full of gratitude. So to remind you, one more time, it is okay to have a bad day. It is not a bad life. Get on the phone with one of your friends, your family. If you are having trouble getting a hold of somebody, hit me up. You're going to see my social media on Instagram. If you're having a bad day, hit me up. I will talk to you. I promise you. I'd rather that than the alternative. Yeah. So we're big on mental health awareness here. We're the leader in that category with Papa Moon on Saturdays. We're the leader in that category. And I just feel like, I don't know, I'm at loss for words, Chad. But I did a lot of reflecting tonight before the show, and I'm gracious. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this Inside Edge Network. Grateful for everybody with Haley, the community. And before I keep rambling, I'm just thank you. Thank you to you. Thank you to the network. Thank you to the collective. Thank you to the community. Thank you to all you out there for believing in us. We're not done. In fact, we're just getting started. Yep. So thank you.
Yep. You matter, and your voice matters. And you have a bigger impact on those around you, and probably even further reaching than you think. So like Eli said, it's okay to have a bad day. But man, just reach out. I mean, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, hey, look, I can't do this by myself. No one does really anything by themselves. And the people that will lead you to believe that they're doing it, that all of their success is based on solely them, they're not telling you the whole truth. You're not seeing the whole story. So like I said, you matter. Just don't ever be afraid to reach out for help, even if it's just a buddy, a stranger, us. I mean, I've got my handle right there. I've told you before on this network that I'm down. I mean, if you want to have a conversation about chicken sandwiches, I don't care. I'm here, man. We're here. So we care about you. You matter. And just please remember that.
Absolutely. And I think we'll close with that tonight. A very exciting show. We talked Guardians at the top, but honestly, and we love the Guardians. Yeah. We had so much crazier stuff go on today. And Travis Bazana debuted for the Guardians today.
Pretty cool.
Major programming news we announced. You see the ticker at the bottom. Stay tuned on all the socials at Inside Edge Net. On all of the socials, give us a like, subscribe, follow, all that good jazz. Because we appreciate you. We want you to be tuned in so you know when we're going live, especially as we get the daily programming rolling weekdays. You want to get alerted when we're live? Go ahead and give the like, subscribe, and follow to Inside Edge Net.
Yep.
You see the QR code over Chad's head. It is to take you to InsideEdgeNetwork.com, the partners page. That'll take you to all of our fine sponsors that we had throughout the night. Just an incredible plethora of sponsors. Fanatics, W Energy, Mosser Moments, Sports Memorabilia, Alley Rose Fragrances, and BA Sweeties. We are grateful for all of you for believing in us as well and partnering with us. Go to the website, the partners page. It takes you there with the QR code and get some great deals. Just take advantage of the great deals courtesy of the sponsors and Inside Edge Network. And, of course, you can go to the shop page, get some cool stuff, and check out some other stuff. We have some really exciting stuff coming with the network and the website for the network as well very soon. So InsideEdgeNetwork.com is the place to be. And with that, we're going to sign off. That is Chad Bryan. I'm Eli Moon. We went from getting mad at each other about chicken sandwiches to getting pretty emotional there for a moment, folks. And that is, if you want Inside Edge Primetime in a microcosm, a very short idea of what we are, that's it, folks. So to Chad Bryan, I'm Eli Moon. Well, I guess he's Chad Bryan, not to Chad Bryan. He's Chad Bryan. See, we got to get out of here. That's Chad Bryan. I'm Eli Moon. Midnight Run is coming up after us in literally a half hour. It's 11:28 on the East Coast, so that means you got about 32 minutes. So go ahead, get ready, get in your seat at midnight, because Double A's going to absolutely tear Chad's list of chicken sandwiches apart and talk about some more.
A chicken sandwich. You're not going to want to miss it.
You're damn right. Yep. You're damn right. So he'll be coming up again here on the Inside Edge Network, midnight with Anthony Alford, Midnight Run with Anthony Alford at midnight here on the East Coast. Again, that's Chad Bryan. I'm Eli Moon. This is Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. We appreciate you. We really, really do. We hope you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday and start Wednesday off with Double A. Until then, we'll see you next time.